Installing windows today. Woohoo! Okay, these are my 24 by 24 windows that I'm installing, and there is 8 total, 4 on each side. And in order to get the top to seal sufficiently that I would be happy with, I'm using the tape here. Put a couple layers on down in the bottom, as well as one at the top here, so that it'll seal up to the top edge of the window frame. Butyl tape, that's what this stuff is. And these are just a couple of test pieces that I've put on. I've put the window in the hole already to make sure that this seals there. And let's go take a look here closer. This tape here, see there's 2 layers on there and 1 there. And you can see there's contact with the top of the frame along there already, and it's touching here. So that tells me that the window frame is touching at the top, and it should seal sufficiently. You can see there too, it's been touching the top of the frame, and there it's compressed a little bit. So when I go to put this in for good, this obviously will be all the way around the window, but the multi-layer stuff is only going to be on the top here, where I can't see if it's going to seal or not for sure. And then there'll just be a single layer around the whole outside, as well as some of this .505 UV white. I'm going to run bead around all the way around the outside again. And it squishes out, and you can see I've already done one window here. You can see the little bead of silicone around there. I just wiped off the outside. So I have 2 windows done already. What I'm doing to mount them is drilling 6 holes in the edge of the trim here and using stainless steel machine screws. So these holes are drilled into the frame. They're tapped with 1032 threads, and then these screws are put in there. And this ensures that the window frame gets sucked tight to the skin of the bus, I guess. And that seal is created right there. So it should work just fine. You see what the top looks like there? Way up there, can you see that? There. See, it's tucked underneath that rain gutter there, so you can't really see up in there, and you can't see from the inside. So the butyl tape that's compressed here, that's telling me that the window's against everywhere it needs to seal. So let's go over to the other side here, and we'll look at the frame that it's going into. It's going to, I don't know if you can see that very well. There you can. Up here is where the top of the window is going to sit against, and the rest tucks up in there. And you can't see in there after the window's put on, so I'm probably being a little excessive with the sealing stuff on the top, but no one's ever going to see it. There, window frame's in there. They fit pretty snugly. And yeah, you can see the holes here. You see that hole right there. These are the holes that are going to drill and tap into the frame of the bus, and they'll be tapped at 1032. And I'll be right back. We drilled it and tapped. Okay, back with the drill. First of all, I'm going to drill some holes here into the bus frame and make sure that everything lines up before we mount the window with the seal it on it. So we're just gonna drill a hole here. Where do we start? We start. So let's go right here. Yes. And yes, I'm going on a little bit of an angle because the window frame is angled down like that. So I want the screws kind of to match the angle that the frame is on. So once they're screwed in, they sit flush with the outside. If you do it straight in, they're going to sit on an angle and stick out. I'll just do it this way. Now let's start with this one here instead. Okay, that's one in there. 1032 tap, a little bit of cutting oil. Tap this hole. Well, first of all, we need a different drill bit. I'll be right back. Because that initial hole is the thread size to tap at, we need to drill the hole in the window frame bigger so it has clearance for the screw. Like that. And you can feel how tight the threads are just by the pressure on it. So if you just keep cranking, it's tight, you're going to break the tap off and you're not going to have fun getting it out. But I can feel this one's going pretty nicely. The cutting oil helps for sure. And that's deep enough. Put a screw in there, make sure it holds it. Something like that, that's perfect. So what, we've got 5 more to do on here. Change the drill bit back to the smaller one. One on the other side. These holes are right on the edge of an angle iron, so that's why I'm not putting a whole bunch of pressure on, because when you're drilling the hole, if it goes through a little bit and it happens to catch the edge of the angle iron, the drill bit's going to break. So you can feel in here where it's grabbing and if it's going to do that. Oh. Try that. Drill up the aluminum frame there. A little more cutting oil on here. Tap the hole. Hopefully it's deep enough. And there it feels like it's getting tight, so that means the cap was bottomed out in the hole. It's probably not deep enough. We can try a screw in here, see how far it goes. Or the shorter screws, but this is what I have for now. Drill that one out. More. There, that should be good. I'll tap that one later. I'm gonna go sharpen this drill bit. Seems like it's not very sharp. All right, we're back over here with a sharp drill bit. Let's see what this does. And I can see the filings that are coming out of here were pretty fine. So that means that it's not cutting very well. So let's see if there's bigger chips that come out. And that's the edge of the angle iron. You see where the bit grabbed? Right there. So that's pretty much as far as we want to go. Tap this again. These windows aren't made for this thickness of wall. That's why there's no real provision for mounting them from the inside with the flange. So keep feeling how tight this is getting when we're tapping the hole. There, it's getting tighter, it stopped. So that's about as far as we want to go, right there. At this point, if I need to get shorter screws, I probably will. I could have used rivets for this, but I just didn't want to. And I could have drilled these through all the way through the frame and put block nuts on the inside, but once the inside wall is built, there's no access to those nuts. So if you ever had to replace a window, you'd have to cut the screws off and make a heck of a mess. So this screws threaded into the frame there. It's just holding the window to seal it. Let's try another screw in there. See what that looks like. That's better. It's almost tight. A little ways to go, but let's do the bottom ones here too. There we're at the edge of the angle iron. Perfect. I'll show you what the inside looks like after I get all these 6 holes done. You can see where the holes screw into, why it's kind of awkward. he is. Those ones done without breaking the drill bit. Opens up just so there's clearance for the screw just on the aluminum frame. Put the screws in. No, we won't. Better tap some threads first. Don't use oil, the threads tend to get chewed up and get kind of messy. If the tap and the material is getting tapped or dry, sometimes the threads get kind of raggedy. Oil definitely helps them. There's another good one. Real sure I'm going to stay with these screws permanently. These maybe just temporary, but I might get some countersunk ones and taper this hole so they sit kind of flush here, or paint these ones white and replace them. I don't know. But for now, they are perfect. Just want to make sure the window goes all the way in. To create that seal there. This is pretty good on the bottom on this side. This one needs to go in a little more. There, that's pretty tight. That's perfect. Using these, it's pretty easy to get the frame sucked in right tight to the skin of the bus so that seal is created. And you can see up here it's pretty well tight as well, but I like these two up here just to keep it all secure. So we'll do those ones as well. Okay, I'm just going to leave those two for now. I can drill and tap those ones further when the window's off because I want to see how close to the edge the angle iron is there. So we'll take these out. Again, these are 1032 stainless steel machine screws. 6 per window. Let's knock down this little bit of sheathings here. Okay, I'm going to take the window out now and we're going to see where these holes line up and what they look like. gentle with your fingers when you're playing with these chips like that, right? So just push hard on them and they get stuck in your skewer. There, that guy's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna put a couple screws in here and see what these look like. Others. Take here and we'll have a look-see. There. See, there's one of the screws there, and you can see what I was saying where it's close to the edge of the angle iron because the threads go out the corner there. This guy right here is pretty straight into the material, and you can also see the screws are on an angle to kind of match the window frame. And this guy up here will have lots of room there, and so will that one. So those two should work out pretty good. So we will finish tapping these top two. I know where the hole is, and I kind of know what kind of angle it needs to be on, so the window doesn't really need to be in there to finish this one. And I can see behind it that one. This guy might be a little tricky because it is on the edge, so it will be a drill bit sacrifice here, but we'll try it. There, just gonna go get a rag. I'll be right back. There, got a rag. Turn the furnace off because we really don't need that going today. This hole here, guys being a little tricky, so we'll go too far and break this switch. There it is. Okay, we'll out the side. Stop right there. This guy. Okay, so we'll leave those holes for now and go prep the window.